What is up, guys? It is your boy, Mr. Tech Boy, and today I wanted to talk about everything that we know about Apple glasses, all of the leaks and information that we know, and everything that we still don't know and possibly could still be leaked. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. I'm conquering this fear, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling. I'm conquering this fear, I'm busting through the ceiling. I'm following your lead, I'm following this feeling.
Okay, so starting off, a few years ago, Apple created the iOS 11, which had AR baked in, lots of features for developers to start creating their own AR apps. Um, then in iOS 12, they continued to do this. They improved AR by adding reflections, they added multi-user support, and they continued to improve it. They even continued to improve it in iOS 13. Um, Now, we have been hearing about AR glasses for a long time. We have heard that Apple planned to create AR glasses for 2020. They were planned to have 8K displays per each eye. They were planned to have this 20 megabit per second or even 40 megabit per second connection between your glasses and your iPhone, and they were said to be produced by Apple. This might not be very trustworthy, but we did hear that they were supposed to be $1,400, which was a lot, but we heard that they weren't able to get them down to that price with those specs that they wanted, so it was canceled. But Apple continued to patent Apple glasses, they continued to show up in iOS 13 code, we continued to hear more leaks about them, so they couldn't have been canceled. Then, I even made a video about this, link hopefully is up there, if not, leave me a comment because I probably forgot. We heard that Apple would be partnering with Valve. Valve makes some of the best headsets on the market. They make very expensive headsets. Their top of the line one is like $1,000, but it has a very nice 1600 by 1400 display. And they mainly focus on VR headsets, but they do make very high-end headsets. When we heard about that, we knew that okay, so Apple, they tried making it themselves. They tried with all those different specs. It didn't work out. So they are turning to Valve, someone who already makes VR headsets, to help them out. What we don't know is, since Valve is going to be the ones manufacturing AR glasses, are they going to be keeping that 8K display per each eye? Are they going to be keeping these megabit per second speeds? Are they still going to be powered based off of the chip on your iPhone? We really don't know. The AR glasses leak that was found in the iPhone definitely looks like a headset, and it kind of matches another leak. We heard that in 2021, or even later, Apple plans to just release a massive, just normal VR headset, and then later they plan to release a smaller pair of glasses. You wouldn't really want to wear that headset outdoors. It would be very bulky, and like other VR headsets, just not very fashionable. But what I would guess, maybe they could call it Apple AR Glasses Air, Air, Apple Headset Air, whatever. Um, that would be that would make a lot more sense because we do know that they plan to release the smaller version that's more compact later on. So what I think that they'll do is release a big bulky headset, maybe for $1,000 at first. The next year they'll introduce two more products. They'll introduce a pro version of that one. Maybe they'll have like a big headphones, maybe some higher end specs or something, and it has like a built-in chip. I could see that pro version going to 1,000, and then the cheaper one going down, maybe to 600 or 700, and then we have this other category that's Apple Glasses Air. That would be a very confusing lineup, but basically that would kind of make sense to what we're hearing right now, and it could make a lot of sense for Apple, but I'm not sure. We do also know that Apple wants these to get close to replacing the iPhone and potentially be people's sole device, the same way the iPad is trying to replace laptops, and I could see that. A lot of people say they can't really do that, but with the amount of field of vision you have, you could probably watch like a video. You could have like an Instagram feed here, Twitter feed, or whatever. They could, if they bake cellular into them, they work with companies like T-Mobile, Verizon, all those companies. They could probably have cellular chip built in later, maybe not at first, because things like the Apple Watch, they didn't have a cellular chip in the beginning, but later on you were able to get it with a cellular chip, and you can make phone calls. You can basically do what an iPhone can due to that cellular chip. So maybe in the future, if they do decide to add a cellular chip, you'll be able to take phone calls and whatever, and maybe one day not have to need your iPhone. Another thing that I hear is, oh, well, how would they have gestures? How are you going to interact with it? And people are saying that using a smartphone display is much easier than using just a headset and navigating with your hands. And that is true, but the convenience of not having to take your phone out and having to put it in and put it out and everything, it might just be easier to always have it on your head and be able to turn it off and on with just a tap of the side of the glasses. The reason that I think Apple glasses will be so successful is companies like Oculus and Valve and just all these different companies, they haven't really made a very compelling headset. I think the Oculus Quest is the most compelling headset around. It doesn't have the best specs, but the features that it has are very cool. So it does not need to be plugged into a computer. Every other VR headset on the market needs to be plugged into some type of computer. This one has a built-in chip, and no, it doesn't need that. You don't have to spend money on some super expensive computer, and on top of that, buy a VR headset. That does make it very compelling, but there are a lot of issues with it. Number one, it packs a very old chip. It packs the same chip as the Galaxy S8. It packs an 845. The 845 obviously is very old. The 845 does not perform as well as it could if they put an 855 Plus or an 855 or even the upcoming 865. So maybe they should make an Oculus Quest 2 to be more compelling for the future. Another issue that it has is that the handles that you're used for gaming, they run on AA batteries. AA batteries obviously shouldn't, if you're gonna pay $400, which is what this Oculus Quest costs, you shouldn't also have to go out to the store to buy AA batteries. I think they should have some type of little stand that you dock them on, and they're just rechargeable. And those are some pretty big issues with a $400 or even $500 headset. The PlayStation VR, it has a lot of good things about it. The controllers are rechargeable. They should be USB-C to match MacBooks and everything at this point, because everything besides the iPhone is USB-C. MacBooks, Android phones, and everything, they're all USB-C. So you really need everything to just be USB-C at this point. But anyway, those controllers should be USB-C, but it is better than AA batteries. But the issue is, you do have to be connected to this PlayStation, and you should be able to have a VR headset that doesn't require just another device. You shouldn't have to require another device. You should be able to use this headset wherever you are. This is why I think Apple glasses will be a very big success. A lot of people have an iPhone, and if this is wireless, like a lot of VR headsets, they require a wire going to it, and if you're turning and you're playing a game, you don't really want the wire face and to accidentally trip on the wire or something. That would be very bad. That is something that can happen if you have these other VR headsets, but if Apple does have just this AR glasses that are paired to your iPhone, you won't really have that issue. This is basically the place where I think they can succeed. It's how they can change the market, and it's how I think that this product will be a success. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, give me a nice comment. Check out my Twitter and Instagram, link in the description. Oh, and I do have this merch. I don't know if I'll ever release this merch, but we made a few for me, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.